Good morning, everyone, and afternoon to some of those of you that are in the East Coast. My name is Lisa Lashendro. I am one of the annuity sales directors here at IMES, and I am excited to be here with you today. Sorry, we ran just a little bit late here. I was wrapping up a previous webinar that ran just a few minutes late, so I appreciate your patience on that. With that, I do have David Downing that is going to be joining us here shortly. We got some technical issues that he's working out with our IT folks. So he should be on here in a moment. But while we're waiting for him, I do see a lot of familiar names. And for those of you that I'm already working with, or you're already working with one of my pals here at IMES, welcome back. Love seeing the IMES family all come together for these educational webinars. I do also see quite a few of you that I have not spoken with before, and this might be your first webinar with us here at IMES. And for those of you, I'm excited to get to know you a little bit, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about IMES and what you get with working with us and having IMES as a partnership. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Right out of the gate, when you are contracted with IMES, in the first 6 months of that contract, you hit a certain level of production. And one of the things that you're going to learn about working with IMES is that we are your partner in growing your business. Whether you need help with getting in front of people, or whether you need help with social media, and maybe it's new marketing ideas, maybe what you're doing isn't working, maybe what you're doing is working, and we just need to help you with the back office stuff. It really A to Z, we can take care of it all for you. And so what we're going to do in the first 6 months, depending on whatever level of production that you have with life and annuity production, just to give you an idea, you could select maybe just a $750 check from Steve, Steve Murray here, our president, hitting that $100,000 level. Or maybe we want to, I'm sorry. Okay. All right. Sorry. Trying to get David in here. Um, or maybe it's, the $1 million production level, and that might be, revamping a website, or getting a seminar set up for you, or something like that. We're always thinking about ways to grow your business and help you grow your business as well. Next, I want to talk a little bit about a referral producer program. This is something I want y'all to keep in mind. For those of you that are already working with us, you know the value that we bring to the table in our partnership by providing you resources, back office support, and so forth. If you have somebody in mind that you think would also value from IMES, there's a lot of different things that we could do. You could just be part of our referral producer program. And that is an override that we pay you, check from Steve Murray himself to you on a quarterly basis for whatever production that referral wrote. Now that's Life Target or Life Target products, SPL products, index annuity products, and MIGAs. So just kind of give you an idea. Now, if you have somebody that you're looking to start your own agency and you want a downline, our contracting department is phenomenal as helping you set all that up. Let's say you want to start them as a level below you or 2 levels below you, whatever the case. We work with groups as well as independent, just one man shops, whatever it is, we can help you out there. I slightly mentioned our back office support. Our back office support is going to include folks like myself, annuity sales director. I'm going to help you with products. I'm going to help you with sales materials. I'm going to help you with illustrations. I'm going to help you with case design, new business support. You have our new business folks that are going to maintain that application from the minute we get it in the door to the minute you get paid your commission. So we do all of that for you. We stay on the line for you. We hold for an hour with some carriers, to get that status on the application, because really the purpose of our back office support is to get you to utilize your time more wisely and being in front of people, because that's what you are good at. That's what we want you to be doing. So let us take all that admin stuff off off the table for you so that you can focus on that. And when you start working with IMS, you will absolutely see that value. For those of you that are already working at IMS, I wish that we were in a room and you could raise your hand so that you can, you know, applaud to that what we do here in that partnership. And the best part is we love helping you do it. If you have not already checked out our IMS website, I encourage you to jot this down or go into your browser and type this in right now and save it to your favorites. So I was talking about resources. I was talking about making your life easier on the sales side so that you could be in front of more folks and do what you do best. And having our IMS website at the tip of your fingers, all those resources at the tip of your fingers is very valuable. We have anything from term quoters to what the current rates are. We give you access to Annuity Rate Watch. We have sales tools, presentations, one-page concepts. Um, you can look at some of the latest news. You can go to webinars like this webinar. It'll be on our training tab there, and you go to webinars, and you can look at any of the webinars that we've done on any topics, whether it's Roth conversions or maybe a particular product with a particular carrier, and you want to take a deeper dive into that. You have all of that at your fingertips with our website. So if you ever want us to walk you through that, just give us a holler, let us know. Be happy to do that with you. Another perk you get on our website is Firelight. This is the EAP program, one of the best in the industry, if we can say that. For those of you that are not a fan of EAPs, and I wish I had David on the phone to confirm this, but I'm sure if he was here, he would tell you from a carrier standpoint that EAPS is definitely a way to keep your applications in IGO, which is in good order. It helps prevent mistakes like having the wrong form. It helps prevent mistakes like not filling out a section on the app. So it does a lot of things. It might, some of the carriers even have, before you get started on the app, it makes sure that your product training is done. So really does have a lot of benefits in doing this. Once you do a few of these e-apps on Firelight, you probably will not go back. Now, recently I helped a 92-year-old do 6 apps on Firelight, and he's got it down. So if I can do that with a 92-year-old gentleman, I'm sure that all of you have the capability of doing it as well. If you want somebody to walk you through your first couple of apps, we're absolutely happy to help you with that. You just give us a holler and let us know. Okay, moving on. Next, I want to touch base a little bit on our creative marketing. Our creative marketing folks here, our creative marketing team, I like to call them, they're all employed and under the same roof here at IMS. So we're not using outside vendors to help you with logos and website design and social media and all that. We actually have our own professional team in-house that does all of that for you. So if that is something that you're interested in, and that's again part of that new producer program that I showed you at the very beginning of this webinar, we're going to bring these guys in to help you with that and help determine, maybe you have those producer bucks that you want to send, and maybe we just need to kind of work together to see what the best solution would be to utilize that for your to get the best bang for your buck there. So know that we have all those folks in-house to assist you. Next up, I am actually going to launch a poll on this. This is our IMS Wealth Management. So while I talk about IMS Wealth Management, I'm going to launch this real quick. IMS Wealth Management, man, I love these guys. Duncan Smith, he is my key contact person over there. And what he's going to do is he's going to, help you determine if it's a good fit or not. So IMS Wealth Management, they give you all of that back office support for most of the time, and from what I understand and from what I've heard from my agents that are working with IAMS Wealth Management, it is very competitive on the price that you pay versus the price and the fees that you have to pay with a broker dealer or whatnot. So very competitive there, and you get double the support. So if you are interested in learning more about IAMS Wealth Management and you are already a registered rep, please do click yes here, and my boy Duncan will reach out to you. If you are not, now this is one of my favorite stories to talk about, because I was an agent myself, and before I was registered and passed my exam, I had to reach out to somebody to help me with those sales, to do what's right for my clients. But when I brought them in on those appointments, guess what? I had to write them in on the life business, on the annuity business, and that was not money I wanted to share. So with IAMS Wealth Management, if you were not registered, you can still utilize IAMS Wealth Management. We have our guy Zach over there that will help you talk to your client. You can be on the phone with them. You control your client. You control the appointment, and Zach is there to assist you on the registered business. So here's the kicker: I don't know anybody in this industry that will say, "Oh, you got registered. Let me transfer this case right back to you." No, doesn't happen. Well, Zach is. Zach and IAMS Wealth Management, they do. So let's say you decide to get your license, you get registered, and what IAMS Wealth Management is going to do is they're going to transfer that case that you wrote with them to you. So if that doesn't say the world about IAMS Wealth Management, I don't know what does. Walking a mile in your shoes and having to share those cases myself, I'm still obviously a little hurt about that. But anyway, definitely make sure you click yes, and I will have Zach or Duncan or somebody over there reach out to you. With that, I'm going to go ahead and close. David, are you on?
I am. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. Well, welcome aboard. Okay, so David, what I'm doing here is I'm just kind of giving them a 10,000-foot view of what it's like partnering with IAMS, and I'm almost done with this, so I'm going to keep on moving.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we do have our trips here at IAMS as well. We don't have the double credits anymore. That ended at the end of the year. You never know if Steve Murray's going to offer the double credits again, so always keep your eyes out for those opportunities. But our next big trip, top producer trip, is going to be our Seaside Sanctuary in South Carolina, where I'm told that this is probably one of the best ones we've done so far. So I'm excited for those that get qualified to go to that. But it's an 18-month qualification. It started in July of 2022, and it goes through the end of this year, December 31st of 2023. It does take 4.5 million in points to qualify. The trip dates are going to be in April of 2024, and that qualification points does include life business as well. So if you're wanting to know where you stand, you're already working with IAMS, wanting to know where you're at so far, let us know. We can always get that information over to you. Next, obviously, we're on LinkedIn and Facebook. We are a marketing organization, so we're going to have that. I invite you to go ahead and join us. We keep you posted on what's new and what's not in our industry. And with that, let you take the show here if you want to talk about Performance Pro.
What I wanted to talk to you guys about today is the Performance Pro product. This is a product that it's not new, but the way it works is new. So historically, the Performance Pro was positioned as this hybrid product that had a lot of bells and whistles, but our sales leadership continued to have the conversation with leadership of our organizations and our agents, and everybody continuously, at least over the last few years, has been coming to us looking for a bonus product or a multifaceted product that has a low or no fee. So it took us quite a few years, but we were finally able to get our actuary team on board. And now what we have is the Performance Pro that has industry-leading bonus, and one of the lowest fee options that basically is available on the market today. The fee on this product is 10 basis points. We tried to go zero fee, but the state regulators said, not so fast, okay? They said, if you're going to have a no fee product, you need to refile. And we didn't want to wait any longer to be in the space. So in the last quarter of last year, we lowered that fee as low as they would let us go, and that's 10 basis points. A lot of people think that that is a misprint. It's not. So the Performance Pro actually has a 15% account value bonus with a 10 basis points fee. And there's so much more than that. We're really excited about this product. In quarter 4 of last year, this thing took off. The positioning of this product is perfect. It's perfect timing for this market. I'm really hoping that we can get, hopefully, the slides in front of you guys today so you can take a look at some of the features of this product, because it's truly great. It's taking off. The space is taking off. It actually lends itself really nicely with what F&G is going to be doing in 2023 as we continue to follow an evolving path of that fee-free product. The best thing I've heard is when I told an agent about this, he said, so I give you $100,000, you give me $15,000 account value bonus. This isn't some phantom bonus. This is actually applied to the account value. And I give you $100 in the form of 10 basis points for that $15,000 bonus. I think that's an excellent way to think about this product. There's so many benefits for such a low fee. It's really positioned perfectly for offsetting some of those market losses your clients have been experiencing, and or just if you have a client that wants something up front to commit to the next 10 years of being in a fixed index annuity. It's really positioned awesome. And F&G as a company is positioned awesome. Just went public 2 months ago, A- rating, Moody's upgrade their outlook for us to positive. So there's just so many great things that are going along side by side with this product. And there's so much to talk about here today. So awesome. So some of the stuff that I was just mentioning, guys, and again, I apologize, I can't see anything. So we're going blind, but we're going to make it work here today. And be sure to let Lisa know if you have any follow-up questions, because this will be a little bit difficult, but we're going to make it happen. So as I was alluding to, strong bonus, growth potential. It has a guaranteed income rider on it, flexible premium. So if you have a client that wants to add money in the future, it's a deferred fixed index annuity, multi-featured product. Really loving where this is positioned. And if you want to pop over into that next slide, Lisa, I would appreciate that.
Got it.
I'd be remiss if I didn't talk a little bit about who I am with. I'm the man in the shadows. I work for F&G. We've been around since 1960. Matter of fact, we released our first fixed indexed annuity in the 90s when I was 5 years old. So we've been in the fixed index space for over 20 years, over 800,000 people protected. We're going to hit 1 million this year, no problem. Last year, number 4 for fixed indexed annuity sales. So just lots of positive momentum happening here at F&G. And that really started when we partnered with Blackstone in 2017. They manage our general account. They're the reason that we are able to provide this 1, 2, 3 guarantee we're going to talk about later. We know who Blackstone is, so I don't need to hammer any more detail there. Lisa, if you want to pop to the next slide.
Yep.
We always like to throw this into our slide deck now. We used to be a B++ rated carrier, and in 21, we were upgraded, actually 2020, we were upgraded to A-. And that Moody's outlook actually changed from stable to positive this year. So there's a lot of great things going on with us going public. I mean, we're continuing to move the needle here from B+, A-. Wouldn't be surprised if you see us climb the ladder again in the future, but really excited about where we stand positioning wise in the market, as well as where some of these products are positioned in the market. Lisa, you want to pop to the next slide?
Yep.
I know I was rambling earlier as we were figuring out this IT situation, but this is really the bread and butter of the Performance Pro. It's a bonus accumulation product with up to 15% premium bonus, uncapped growth potential, and there's one bubble they don't include here. That 15% premium bonus vests on death. So this can be positioned as a death benefit play as well. Really great stuff there. Low fee, 10 basis points. When we first did this, I was getting a lot of calls from agents saying, this is a typo, right? The fee is 1%. The fee used to be 1.3% on this product, if you believe it or not. This is a 10 basis points fee, 0.01%. And it also has a bunch of great guaranteed optionality within the product. That includes an income rider, 2.75% roll-up rate. We'll talk about all this good stuff later, but it's all baked in for that 10 basis points fee. It has impairment protection, so double income, of course, not available in all states, strange states like Illinois, but it is available in California. Lisa, you want to pop on to that next slide?
Mm-hmm.
15% bonus on a 10-year product. It's got that low fee story that's making a comeback. It's going to partner really great with some of the stuff F&G is going to be doing in 23. Now, when it comes to positioning in the market, when you're talking to that client, I don't know about your portfolio, but mine, I don't even look at it anymore. I get those statements, they go right in the shredder. But it's a great opportunity to position this as a recoup right away for the market losses that you took in 2022 and are probably going to continue to take in 23. Let's lock in gains if you had any. I haven't talked to a single person that's had any, but if you have a client that had positive returns in their portfolio last year, we can lock in those gains, increase those gains, and protect them from market risk. There's that death benefit that I was talking about, where it basically vests at death, which is a huge feature when you compare it to the other bonus products in the market. It often isn't the case that it vests at death. So really a great death benefit position for those older clients. And then we have what I'm going to lump as the 1, 2, 3 guarantee. The Performance Pro has some of our greatest participation rates. It's got the full gamut of our indexes available, some really great stuff, and a strong fixed option. I see a lot of people talking about, let's grab that 15% bonus. Let's throw your money into that 3% fixed rate. And we're talking about an 18% year one return. Not a bad strategy.
Exactly. I have so many conversations about that on a weekly basis, especially here lately, on that, guys. So I know MIGAs is a big, topic, that, clients are really interested in. And I think that's a great way to get your foot in the door by saying, hey, we've got, these high guaranteed rates that can compete with CDs in the bank. But looking at, a 15% premium bonus and then talking about their fixed guaranteed rate for the first year, I mean, that's better than a 3 or 5, what a 3 or 5 year MIGA could perform anyway, and you get it all up front. So compare that next time you have a client that might be interested in just a MIGA. Let's look at some other options and see if that might be a better deal for the client.
Yep, definitely agree. And one of the things that's baked into this product that I think is great is it actually has low fee guaranteed income. This is another feature that we couldn't strip even if we wanted to without having to refile the product. So we positioned it in a different way, and that is 2.75% compounding roll-up plus index credits. So even if your client is just looking for growth, they're actually going to be building that income bucket a little faster, and that optionality is there if they need it. Again, we're going to continue to hammer this, but this product, when I first started at F&G, had a 1.3% fee. We lowered it to 1%. Then we got the actuary on board. Let's do 0.1% at 10 basis points. let's see, you want to kick over to the next slide, please?
Yep.
Now, when we were thinking about positioning this product, right, a lot of competitors in the marketplace have these bonuses, and then they have terrible index options or terrible caps or whatever else. What we wanted to do is we wanted to dump the fee, increase the bonus, but also keep the index crediting options consistent, right? So bonus strong, 15%. When I first started here, this was a 9% bonus. We've almost doubled it. Again, one of the top bonuses in the industry. And if you combine the bonus with the low fee, it is the top bonus in the industry. And again, bottom point there, we're going to hammer this one home today, and that is interest crediting rates were unaffected. So we didn't increase the bonus and dump the par rate. We actually increased the bonus and increased the par rates. So lots of good stuff going on within the product. Lisa, you kick us to the next slide. And here's a few features that tend to be common among all of our products, and that is liquidity in times of need, right? So your client's going to have access to the full account value during periods of, those qualifying home health care, nursing home care, terminal illness, no surrender charges, no market value adjustment. Really great optionality for if your client needs money for one of these scenarios. It's often understated, but it's on almost all of our FIAs. They have this optionality. It also, because we're talking about multifaceted, it has that growth accumulation opportunity on the left-hand side, and it's got a really strong income story on the right-hand side. So lots of great stuff going on. And it also has that impairment multiplier, which I have a couple slides on later. We can do a deeper dive. I want to kick us to the next slide there, Lisa.
You got it.
Are we seeing the power of choice slide? Hopefully we're on the same page here.
We are on the same page.
Okay, great. Sorry, we're flying blind, but we're going to make it work. Now, the power of choice, I've actually branded this as the 1, 2, 3 guarantee. I haven't got my royalty checks yet from F&G, but I really love the story here. And that is, we have all these crazy high participation rates, these high S&P caps going on right now. But let's talk about the long term, right? Fixed index annuities like this are generally offered on a 10-year chassis. So what's going to happen in year 2, 4, 6, 8, when this client's locked in to this contract? And that is all of the 2-year strategies. So the Goldman Sachs Global Factor, Balanced Asset 5, Barclays Trailblazer, all of the 2-year strategies have 100% guaranteed minimum participation rate. That's for the life of the contract. Your client is never going to see less than 100% on that renewal statement. This isn't something where we're offering 300 now. We're going to give them 20% in year 5, right? 100% guaranteed minimum participation rate. The fourth option there, I always think, is the unique strategy that some clients just can't get enough of. They want to buy gold. We actually have a gold commodity index there. So the next time you get that client off the street that says, hey, I want you to buy me some gold bullions, you've got some better optionality, some potentially safer optionality within a fixed index annuity. That is the Performance Pro. Also strong S&P rates. So you have that high bonus. You got a 6.5% cap on the S&P annual point to point right now. Pretty great story.
Yep. I just want to touch on the gold commodities. I mean, I represent a lot of carriers, and F&G is my go-to for those clients that, want to be stable in that as well. So you don't have that option with just anybody. It is not a common index that is provided with carriers. So keep that in mind when you run into those clients.
Yeah, good call out there. Now, if you want to kick us over to the next slide, we can kind of see
Yep.
where,
We see splits in production innovation.
Yep. So, I mean, there's a lot of things going on in the industry right now, with guaranteed income, rates increasing, right? Our safe income advantage still leading the way there. But we really wanted optionality to be good at both, which you oftentimes don't find, right? So we wanted the option to have not only the highest guaranteed income and the safe income advantage, but we wanted the optionality to have strong guaranteed plus performance-based optionality, and that's going to be found within the Performance Pro and our accelerator product. But really the story here is that high bonus and low fee. So when you're thinking about this product, there's a bunch of great ways to think about it. Income-based growing, account value growing, the best of both worlds, right? And then I want to talk to you on the next slide, if you'll kick over there. This is relatively standard stuff when you look at your income. So we'll talk about the enhanced guaranteed, the EGMWB payout factors. This is how it works, right? So when the payout is turned on, here's how it's determined, and it's age banded. So it's going to be your standard. You can turn income on at age 50. Every 5 years, it's going to increase by 0.5%. For doing joint annuitants, every 10 years by 1%. So there's still some continued optionality that you should be familiar with if you're writing F&G, and that is if you have a client today that has an IRA, they're wanting to roll it, protect it, we don't need to know today that they're going to take that income with their spouse. We just need to know that when the income is turned on. So there's some optionality, like we talk about here, for joint annuitants, joint life payouts. Should your client be concerned about their spouse if they pass away, there's some great optionality down the road.
Yeah, I want to chime in on that. So a lot of times, we're replacing policies, and clients might not be happy with the income strategy that they have because life changed, right? Maybe they got divorced, or maybe something else happened, or maybe their situation changed and they need a higher payout. What's great about this is that we're really putting that control in the client's hands and giving them the option at the time they want to take income. So they don't have to decide that in year one when they sign that application. They can decide that in year 5, in year 7, or whenever they decide to turn on the income. And there's not a lot of products that allow that. A lot of them will require that you make that decision right out of the gate. So as we know, life happens, things change, and that's another thing I like about this product. Mic drop.
There we go. On to the next slide, please. Now we're going to continue to hammer home this idea that your client might be talking about accumulation today, and you might pitch this product as that bonus product with solid accumulation, but there is great optionality here to grow an income base should they need it, right? So, and oftentimes, we might think, my client doesn't need that, who cares? But we'll talk about a little while later why this matters when it comes to impairment benefits. So there is an impairment multiplier on here, which we want to grow the income base so the client can receive double what we're talking about in this scenario, which is that $15,000. So, and what this slide here is showing is the green is going to be guaranteed, and your purple column or your purple chart here is showing the add-on rate, and that is essentially you get 2.75% compound roll-up rate, but you have plus index credits, right? So guaranteed, you're going to have 10,000 guaranteed withdrawal payment. Based on performance of these indexes, 15,000. So nice to not be locked into a guaranteed rate, but have some flexibility as the market grows to credit that to an income base. Next slide, please. Now, one of the things that we talked about was the great optionality when it comes to that 100% guaranteed minimum participation rate, but the Performance Pro has, out of our product suite, it has some of the most optionality when it comes to indexes, right? There's great options for diversity from the S&P to the fixed rate, to the Barclays, to the Goldman Factor. There's so many index options, that gold commodity. So let's talk about what it looks like if we were going to illustrate it, right? So this is if you throw $150,000 in, we take the S&P 30%, Barclays 35, Global Factor 35, and we just let this thing cook. This is what the spread is going to show you. So the purple being S&P, green being Goldman, orange being Barclays. Really great optionality when we're talking about diversifying within a fixed index annuity. And I love that the industry as a whole is moving this way, so your client isn't stuck in that S&P only option like they were in the past. Having the ability to move into a domestic index with the Barclays, a foreign index with the Global Factor, and then the S&P, which of course is domestic as well. So really great option to almost position this thing. I'm not going to say like a mutual fund, but you get what I mean here, where there's so many great optionalities where your client's not locked into that S&P cap only. Love what the industry is doing. Love what F&G is doing here by offering all of these great optionality to a fixed index annuity. And then of course, on the next slide, as Lisa kicks it over there, we're going to talk about that hypothetical total income over time, because not only is this thing going to be growing the account value, we're going to be growing that income base as well. So really great optionalities on both sides of the fence. If you want to kick to the next slide, I want to talk to you about some things that you would see within our illustrations. So we'll look at a Performance Pro 10. That's the product we're talking about here today. We're going to look at issue age 60, initial premium 150,000, and we're going to do that 35, 35, 30% split we were talking about earlier. And we're just going to walk through some of those numbers, through some of the performances in the past and what that looks like. And this is on page 11, 12, 13 of an illustration if you went to our website and ran it today. So let's kick over to that next slide, Lisa, and I can walk you through what this looks like. So one of the things I want you to notice is you have three columns here, right? Most recent, low, and high. Something important to note about F&G with their illustrations is they're all based on most recent 10 years. And these will update in March of this year to include last year's slump. So we could potentially see a drop off on some of these numbers, but it won't be substantial because essentially the indexes did what they were supposed to do in a year of economic turmoil, and that was generally remained flat. But I don't know about you, but I'd rather be in a fixed index annuity earning 0 than be in my 401k earning negative 18%. But let's take a look at some of these returns when we apply the current participation rate to historical returns. So from the Barclays Trailblazer, we're going to be looking at around 10% illustrated return over the last 10 years. And then Lisa, if you want to kick it over to the next slide, we're going to look at the Global Factor 1 year point to point without a charge. These are all fee-free optionalities. They're really great returns here from a 1 year strategy. So we're going to look at 7.6. That's actually the lowest that this thing has returned over the last 20 years. Should we look at the high side of that? 9.3. I really like the Global Factor Index. If you ask Goldman Sachs, they'll tell you that every major bank in the United States, investment bank that you work with, whether it's Barclays, BlackRock, whoever you're asking, they're going to tell you that they are projecting that foreign equity markets will outperform the U.S. equity markets over the next 15 years. So having the optionality to invest not only in a foreign equity, but also to invest in that strategy over a 1-year time frame is a huge win. So I love, again, the optionality to look at the Barclays, to look at a foreign index option, right? With really solid returns as well, 7.6%. And then if you want to kick over to the next slide, Lisa. Are we looking at, it's kind of blown up for whatever reason, and that is the non-guaranteed aggregate performance. So what this is if you combined all of your strategies together, this is what you're going to be looking at when it comes to overall illustrated rate for your client within this fixed index annuity. Okay. I always think it's beneficial because I get a lot of questions about these slides to kind of walk through them, what they look like, what the reasoning is behind them. And then if we go to the next slide, Lisa, this is going to show the income benefit and what's being illustrated. So if we look at the most recent column, we add that 2.75% to our index returns. We're going to be illustrating right around 9.61% illustrated rate of return. Really awesome growth to the income bucket. So your client puts in $150,000. Guess what? At the end of 10 years, they decide, you know what, I don't want to cash this out and have the tax liability. I want to take guaranteed withdrawal payment of $20,000 till the day they die. That optionality is available there. In a couple slides, we'll talk about what happens if your client can't do 2 of 6 daily living activities. We're going to double that $20,000 for a $40,000 benefit until they're out of money. Then we'll revert back to this $20,000. So some really great optionality, again, to hammer it home, both sides of the chart. This thing's crushing it. Lisa, you want to kick it over to our current rate sheet on this product?
You got it.
Hopefully that's what we're looking at here on slide 20. Looking at the same thing?
Yep, we're with you.
Awesome. So one of the things I mentioned earlier that I want to continue to drive home here, and that is usually when you see a bonus product or an income product or both, right, because this is a hybrid product, you see really watered down participation rates. You've got some great stuff here, some great optionality. You've got that gold commodity. You have that eager beaver client that's looking for gold. But we also have a strong fixed rate. I wouldn't be surprised to see this continue to move in a positive direction. But for right now, your client takes that fixed rate, you combine that with that bonus, really great year one story. How often can you know that when you sit down with your client in a year, they're going to be happy about their returns? Not very often, but you can do that here. Of course, you have some charge options where you can elect for a higher participation rate if your client's willing to pay that 1.25% fee. And we have some great S&P options. I haven't seen them utilized a whole lot, but they're there when it comes to long duration S&P. So no secret, the S&P is down right now. I think when I last checked, north of 17%. So a lot of people are telling you buy low or buy it at a discount. So it's a great optionality to throw in a long duration S&P strategy if you think that the S&P is going to rebound like everybody's projecting it will, particularly outside of the year 2023. So a lot of people are thinking 24 will be the big bounce back year. So it's a good option to capture some of that potential before we move into more volatile times, which cause insurance carriers to lower S&P caps. So really great optionality here when it comes to all of the index options. And you look at those top 3 options, right? So the balanced asset, Barclays, global factor. Look at those 2-year par rates and just think, wow, These are so high comparatively to the low interest rate environment we were in 2 years ago. But let's say we revert back there. Just know in your back pocket, you can guarantee your client they're going to have 100% minimum participation rate on those three strategies. So if we want to get aggressive and attack these high par rates and or the S&P cap, there's optionality to fall back on 100% minimum guaranteed participation rate. Great stuff. It's available on a bunch of our products, but on the Performance Pro and the Accelerator, we're calling that the 1, 2, 3 guarantee. Next slide, please.
We're there.
Awesome. Impairment multiplier. I think Lisa and I talk about this on the weekly. We have clients that are too old for long-term care. They have poor health. We don't care about any of that. As long as they can pass through suitability, they're going to qualify for this benefit. We can't be living in a nursing home, of course. We can't sell this to them. But you get what I'm saying here. We have the optionality to hedge against long-term care costs with the impairment multiplier on the Performance Pro. So what does that look like? Let's say in that scenario earlier we were talking about, they put $200,000 in, their income benefit grows to $25,000 guaranteed withdrawal payment. Okay, they're going to receive $50,000 as a single annuitant or $37,500 as a joint annuitant. This benefit is going to pay them until their account value equals 0. So let's say that your client has been receiving this benefit of $50,000. They're turning the corner to year 7. There's $5,000 left in their account value. Well, guess what? We're actually going to pay them $50,000 one last time. It's not going to be $5,000. It's $50,000 we're going to pay them. And then we turn the corner to year 8. There's nothing left in that account value. We're going to pay them $25,000 until the day they die. So this isn't a 5-year benefit, a restrictive benefit. This is truly if they cannot complete 2 of 6 daily living activities, their doctor signs off on it. We don't need to know they're in a nursing home. All we need is that letter, and we will begin to pay them that benefit immediately. Of course, you have to defer for 3 years to have this benefit. And when I say defer for 3 years, you can actually turn the income on year 2 on this product, but you have to wait until the end of year 3 to access this benefit. So they don't have to wait 3 years to turn on this benefit. If they do it before that, they lose it. It's always going to be there, but they have to wait at least 3 years to access this benefit. If we don't know what 2 of 6 is, of course, if they can't eat, bathe, dress, go to the bathroom, have trouble with mobility or toileting, then they're going to qualify. And it's as simple as having a doctor sign off on it. It's not confinement based, which is a huge benefit. Next slide, please, Lisa. The next 2 slides are going to be what we will call the nuts and bolts slides. These are what you see if you get on the website and you access the agent-friendly at-a-glance piece. One of the biggest wins here, we talked about death benefit earlier. Lisa called me this morning. She said, hey, what do you have for a death benefit for a 79-year-old client? And I said, what do you think about a bonus that vests when they die? This is a solid death benefit play for those older clients. So the fact that this doesn't stop at 75 is a big win for us. Minimum premium $10,000. That's standard across all of our fixed index annuities. Anytime they want to make an additional payment, we're going to need $2,000 from them. Stock surrender charges, standard stuff. Now, when it comes to withdrawals, it's not noted here, but our products are RMD friendly. So if your client needs to take RMDs from this thing, they can. 10% of vested account value after the first year. Each policy anniversary, they can take 10% of that account value. So great stuff.
Hey, David,
Next
can
slide,
you
please.
just back up a little bit on the premium and talk about the flexible premium options with F&G? Because
Yeah.
that seems to be something that is becoming more of a topic as well. People looking for more safety and,
Sure.
in their retirement and wanting to add to it and grow that.
Yeah, definitely. So when you start a policy with us here at F&G, we do have flexible premium in all of our fixed well, not all of them, but 95% of our fixed index annuities. One of the things to note is anytime you send us a payment or your client sends us a payment, they cut us a check, they mail it to us, it's got to be for at least $2,000, and that's because of the index optionality cost. So if they send us a $2,000 payment in month 6 of this policy, it goes into the fixed bucket until the anniversary of the policy, and then they can reallocate those funds at that time. So one of the things that I like here is historically your fixed rate was 1%. Now, if you look at this on the Performance Pro and or some of our other products, you're north of 3%. Some are teetering at close to 5%. So there's great optionality for that client that wants to add money but doesn't want to sit and earn nothing. You're getting better rates than a CD inside of the fixed bucket here. So really great stuff when it comes to adding additional premium. Is there anything I missed there, Lisa, you want me to clarify on?
Nope, there's not, most products have a single premium only. So it's just, I always like to have options for our clients out there. And that is just another positive option with F&G.
Yeah, good call out. Are we on the additional Performance Pro feature slide?
Yep, we're there.
Awesome. We have the vesting schedule, 10% every year, standard stuff for that accumulation-based bonus, like we talked about earlier, vest on death, great stuff. 15% bonus in a majority of your states, but your light states, California's, Florida's, New Jersey's, et cetera, you're going to get 11%, because that's what the state told us. And then when you have older clients, it is going to reduce 9 and 6 respectively. So one of the things that's, again, often missed is this access to account value. All of our FIAs provide the access for your client, surrender charge, MVA charge free, should they need home health care, nursing home care, terminal illness. Great stuff. Talk about liquidity. People say it's not there for a fixed index annuity. Of course, it's not the most liquid vehicle out there, but there's great options for your client should they need the money to access it. And then, of course, we have lump sum death benefit, which is another big thing, right? So when that death benefit vests at death, the client or their beneficiaries don't have to take it over some 5, 10, 20-year period. It's a lump sum payment. Of course, they can take that over a longer duration, but if they need the lump sum, they can take it. That's huge. Next slide, please, Lisa. And then, of course,
and just so you know, David, we are approaching the end of time here.
I know. I'm almost there, I promise.
So, yep, I just want to make sure we get all the notes and goodies to our folks here on that are on with us. But just so you know, give us a few more minutes.
I know. It's the technical difficulties. I'm sorry. I actually have to run into the next meeting, but I'm going to stay here a little longer with the Imes family because Lisa's always treated me great. So the next meeting can wait. But one of the biggest things that F&G has done, and I promise I only have one slide left, well, then the disclosures. But one of the biggest things we've done that I love since I started here is our marketing team has gone all out when it comes to consumer-friendly marketing pieces. Look at all these pieces. For all of our products that are doing this, there's so much great stuff out there when it comes to the features of this product. We have basic stuff, we have in-depth stuff, the whole gamut of marketing materials, like fixed index annuity 101 type materials, and let's talk about diversifying your portfolio materials. Lots of great stuff out on our website. Lisa can grab that for you. You can grab it yourself. Always lean on the Ives family. They pick up the phone first ring. So lots of great stuff. Lisa, last slide. Next slide, I promise.
Got it. And
some
while
of the
you
stuff
talk
we
about
talked
this
about.
one,
Okay.
actually, I do want to, because I don't want to lose too many folks here, other people having to get going, but I do want to launch my last poll while you talk about this slide.
Yeah.
If you guys are not already contracted with FNG, you need to get that done. Give me a call or select yes here, and we'll be sure to take care of that for you. If you want to take a deeper dive with Dave, our boy David over here on the phone with us live, put yes here. I'll get that arranged, not a problem. If you are looking for illustration or want to talk about a case, David and I are available for you that in that scenario as well. So any of those scenarios, click yes. And David, I'm going to let you take it away.
Yeah. Just to summarize everything we talked about today. Again, sorry I was flying blind. Sorry you can't see me. I'm dressed up in a full suit. I can guarantee that. But these are the things to think about when we think about the Performance Pro, and that is 15% bonus fully vested on death. It's on that 10-year chassis. Performance-driven income, 1, 2, 3 guarantee, impairment protection, just so much great stuff bundled into this product for that 10 basis point fee. It's great. I'm loving it. I have a hard time not telling you guys about some of the other stuff that's on the docket, but just know if you're not utilizing F&G, you need to begin to, because as we go throughout 2023, we're going to continue to innovate some of our existing products and even release a few new ones for you. So I appreciate everybody's time today.
For that. Hey, I just want
I
to add more
apologize
tidbit.
for errors. Go ahead, Lisa.
Yeah, sorry. One more thing. I mean, one thing I know that we've all had a little bit of a pain point with carriers is, the servicing and the app time and all that. F&G has gone above and beyond what, like in the last 6 to 8 months. They are fully staffed and ready to service you guys, ready to service IMES and be our partner. So they made that extra effort to bring on all the staff necessary to be able to keep their good name and move forward and growing their business. So they're ready to rock and roll. IMES is ready to rock and roll with you. And I appreciate everybody with your patience today. I'll be following up with all of you here in the next couple of days, early next week. I'll send out an email with all these goodies that Dave talked about. Get you a copy of this presentation for any of those slides you want to take another look at. And then I'll also be sending all the product information, brochures, rate sheets, and all those goodies that Dave has provided for us in that email as well. And Dave, I'll let you say goodbye and we'll everybody get on with their day.
Awesome. Thank you, everybody, for your time. Again, sorry for the IT issues. Sometimes they happen, but happy we're able to make this work. Happy you're able to learn about the Performance Pro, and give your family at IMES a call if you have any questions.
All right. Take care, everybody. God bless. Have a great day.
Thanks, Lisa.
Thank you.